Welcome. I'm Yvonne Davis, and today is Sunday, October 18th, 2020. So today's video is titled Trump Running Scared, and we're continuing our series of looking at the astrological dates in October leading up to the election day. So I have an exciting video for you today. For those of you who may be new to my channel or haven't yet subscribed, please click on the link in the corner, the little red box down there, and subscribe to my channel. And also I want to say thank you to all of my patrons, whether you're a new patron, thank you so much for joining, or a current patron, or even a past patron. I really appreciate all of you supporting me over there. And I want to thank everyone who attended the group Zoom session that was this past Friday. And we're going to do another one this coming Friday at the same time, which is 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So you can adjust for your time zone. And if you're interested, then become a patron. Also, all the videos over there are ad-free. Okay, so all right, I think that's about it. Of course, if you need a reading, there's a link below. And if you want to become a patron, there's a link below and at the end of this video. So the first thing I want to do is take you over to a news article that I saw. I actually saw this yesterday. And this is really interesting because apparently, I guess it was at a rally or something, Trump said that he might actually leave the country if he loses. I mean, I was just like, whoa, that's intense. It's, to me, one of the first most shocking things about it was the fact that that's a statement. It's almost like a Freudian slip in a way, because it's a way of him subtly acknowledging he's, in some part of his brain, he's starting to accept the fact that there's a very, very, very good chance he is going to lose the election. And so in this article, it said, President Trump has begun grappling in public with the possibility he may lose the election. At a rally Friday night, he floated the prospect of fleeing abroad. He said, "Could you imagine if I lose? I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know." Wow. That's, I mean, here's the thing. We're going to look at the alignments of Mercury retrograde opposite Uranus. And I guess I'll just go over to the chart right now. So we're going to talk about that. I'll have that up for you. All right. So this is Donald Trump's chart on the inside. I know a lot of you are very familiar with it and know that Donald Trump was born on June 14th, 1946 at 10:54 a.m. in Jamaica, New York. And this is his chart on the inside. He has a Leo ascendant conjunct Mars. So every once in a while, I slip into astrologer speak and I call him a Leo because astrologers focus more on the ascendant than the sun. So, and occasionally I get a comment about that. And so, like someone will say, no, he's not a Leo, he's a Gemini. He has a Gemini sun and a Leo ascendant. So as an astrologer, sometimes I just accidentally slip into astrologer speak and call him a Leo. And that's why, is because astrologers put more emphasis on the ascendant. So what's happening in the skies right now on October 19th, which is Monday, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is opposite Uranus at 9 degrees of Taurus, 9 minutes, okay? Uranus is also retrograde, but it's more important to consider that Mercury is retrograde, but the fact that they're both retrograde, it does have meaning as well. So, and then also Mars is retrograde. And whenever the inner planets are retrograde, it takes us back to the past. Even outer planets can sometimes do that as well, but it's more noticeable with the inner planets like Mercury and Mars, and they're both retrograde. So they're both taking us back to the past. And also they tend to turn us inward and cause us to reconsider things. We tend to see things and bring things from our subconscious, things that have been hidden either to our own conscious mind, or maybe we've kept them secret. And so what I see here, and by the way, Mercury is the planet of communication. So I was saying for a long time, every time I mentioned the fact that Mercury retrograde was going to be opposite Uranus, that there would be some information that came out, either information from the past or somebody saying something, and it would probably be shocking. And I think that this is an example of that. That doesn't mean that's the only thing will happen. More information could come out, especially about the past. But the fact that he actually spoke these words is a reflection of what is going on in his subconscious. And so what we're seeing here that's being revealed with these alignments and his statements is that, at least on a subconscious level, but probably even on a conscious level, he is well aware that if the election were today, he would lose. And I don't know, if he can pull it out by the November 3rd election day, if he can, pull ahead in some way, I don't know. The reason why I say that is because we still have to get through the October 31st full moon exactly conjunct Uranus, and that's the October surprise. And that could cause any kind of crazy, chaotic disruption that could, well, actually, it will have an impact on the election one way or another. There's no doubt about that. And so, so it's not in the bag. It's not over till it's over. So, we just have to keep doing the hard work. Everybody get out there and vote. Hopefully, you've either voted by now or you've got your ballot or something. And so you can, make sure to take care of that. We can't rest on our laurels. It's not over till it's over. So that needs to be done. And so getting back to these words that he spoke with Mercury retrograde opposite Uranus retrograde, he basically confessed what's going on in his mind, that, he's aware of the fact that there's a very good chance he's going to lose this. Like I said, if the election was today, he would definitely lose. And so he's becoming more aware of that, to the point where he's actually basically saying it out loud. When you say, if I lose, what will I do? People who think they're going to win don't say that. They just simply don't say that. And so, yeah, he's very much aware of the reality now, even if he's not fully willing to admit it. He's admitted it enough. We see what's going on in his mind. And so, the other thing I would say about that news story and his statements was that he was actually expressing, like, it seemed to me like anger and resentment and blame, because he even said something to people like, like it was their fault. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I've never seen anyone who is so incapable of personal responsibility. Even if he loses the election, he will literally blame other people. He will literally blame his constituents, thinking it's their fault, like they didn't vote for him, and so it's their fault he lost. Even if they do vote for him, it's just he doesn't have enough. That's not their fault. It's crazy. So anyway, yeah, he's out for revenge. There's no doubt about that, because he's full of blame and recriminations and criticism, and he can't see that any of it is his responsibility. So that's, I think, one of the things that has come from Mercury retrograde in Scorpio opposite Uranus retrograde in Taurus. And that will get magnified when the full moon comes through as well. And then the other interesting thing to look at is the fact that Mars retrograde is still conjunct Lilith. So there's this rage building. And in fact, apparently there was a rally in San Francisco, I think it was yesterday, and it apparently turned violent. So the person who organized it got punched in the mouth. And you know, I'm not condoning any violence, and I've said that from day one. However we do this, I don't condone violence on any side. But I have said that there will be violence. I can see it in the stars. I can see it in the alignments. So that's just something that we have to brace ourselves for. And so the Mars retrograde conjunct Lilith is another example of that. That rally was definitely an expression of Mars retrograde conjunct Lilith. And it's squaring Jupiter. Jupiter magnifies everything. Jupiter makes people righteous. So when it's squaring that Mars retrograde conjunct Lilith in Aries, Jupiter is in Capricorn, squaring Mars conjunct Lilith in Aries, it magnifies the rage that people feel about not being heard. And the Jupiter, it pushes them deeper into their feeling of righteousness. And then they act out in a violent way. And, you know, I did say that in a previous video about extremism, both left-wing extremism and right-wing extremism. And, you know, it's the energy, in my opinion, is the same. Maybe they have different reasons for why they commit violence, but the energy of violence is the same. It's a feeling of rage and righteousness mixed together, rage and righteousness. And so, you know, being a leftist myself, I'm able to better understand the rage and righteousness on the left, but I still don't condone violence in any way, shape, or form, unless it's truly self-defense. So I probably shouldn't even get on that topic because I know that can be really triggering for a lot of people. But anyway, I've said it, so there you go. All right, now the other thing we want to look at here is the fact that the North Node has crossed over his sun and is moving into conjunction with his North Node. He's having a North Node return. And I have often said that this is actually my biggest concern about the election, is the fact that Donald Trump is having a North Node return. Because a North Node return is generally considered positive. But as it turns out, Kamala Harris is also having a North Node return. So that's really interesting. That's why I was so excited when she was chosen as Biden's vice president, because her North Node return can now counteract Donald Trump's North Node return. So that that helps balance things out so that Donald Trump no longer has that solely in his favor. And also the fact that I've noticed that it's part of the boomerang yod, which I've also talked about. It forms this quincunx, that's this blue line over here to his vertex, which is fate, which is being activated by the Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter conjunction in Capricorn. And this is also known as the finger of God. You can see this with the North Node conjunct his sun and North Node, forms that blue line, which is a quincunx over here to his vertex, being activated by the planets in Capricorn. And then the other part of the other leg of the quincunx that forms the yod is to his ascendant and Mars conjunction. And basically what it's saying is this is a person who is, what we've seen is this is a person who's not capable of learning. He's not capable of having a karmic readjustment. In other words, to see that if he doesn't change, he's going to experience the karmic justice for things he's done in the past. And he's not changing, so we know that that's going to happen. That's why it's called the finger of God. So, you know, it continues to look very bad for Trump, and this is just another example. There may be more, because the alignment isn't even exact until very late on Monday, October 19th in Washington, D.C. So anything can happen between now and the time it's exact, and even for days afterwards. So that's part of the bell curve, that the energy peaks when it's exact, but it's still in effect prior to and after the exact alignment. So we're watching that happen already, and we can continue to watch that happen for the next few days. And then I'll have a video where I'll talk more in depth about what's happening on the 20th. In fact, the 20th has so many complicated alignments for him that I may actually end up doing a series of videos about it. So, but anyway, I'm going to end it there for now. And just want to say thank you again to all my new patrons. And if you want to join us for the group Zoom meeting on Friday at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time, just become a patron. Look for the link below or at the end of this video. And you also get all your videos on Patreon ad-free. And if you need a reading, look for the link below. And I want to say thank you to everyone for clicking like on this video, sharing with friends and family and on social media, and for your comments. All right, that's it for today, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.